Are we recording?
We are.
Oh, good. We've been recording?
At least 2 minutes.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, we got all this
2
on?
minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, we did.
There's your promo. Nice. Yeah, we got a promo. We got a promo, definitely. You're mad.
A little.
Really mad. No, this isn't a little mad. This is mad.
I am.
But I think it's leftover madness from the weekend.
Let's talk about the weekend. Where were you this weekend?
I was in New York City at the Chain Film Festival where my film was screening.
Yeah, congrats.
Thanks.
Whatever.
Yeah. I was also in New York City.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that my turn yet? I'm sorry.
No, it's not. No. You have to be quiet now.
That's the worst thing you could ever say to me.
Don't talk.
Halbay Productions was filming a film.
Yeah.
And, filmmaking is not as easy as people might think or assume.
Yeah, and when you try to do it
I think there were a lot of assumptions.
young people.
You know what happens when you make assumptions?
Make an ass out of you and
No,
me.
you're just an idiot. You're just an idiot.
You set me up for it.
I did.
You wanted me to say that.
I
so that
did.
you could then
Just say I'm
cut
an
me
idiot.
down. Yeah.
But you know what? And then the fact we couldn't get the audio working properly. Can we start asking our guests that they have at least some kind of technical podcast experience before they come on the
I think
show?
that would be great because then we wouldn't end up in circumstances where we can't get things.
That's right. Or we can hire Seth Rigby.
Oh my gosh, why don't we hear Seth Rigby?
We should just have him on.
He should just be on
just
at,
be
at
there.
all times.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Inspector Gadget is what I call Seth Rigby.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. If you haven't worked with him, you better hire
should.
him.
Yeah,
Shout
he's
out
amazing.
to Seth Rigby. We'll have to, Instagram. What did
Oh yeah, we'll
kids
put
do?
one of his pictures in.
Yeah, and
Or-
then what do they do? They
I don't know.
poke you. No, they don't poke. Oh, sorry, they don't. Poke you is bad. Poke
I'm
you?
not sure what's happening here. But I feel uncomfortable. HR, Peggy. Peggy, help me out here.
You should. I'm taking back my poke. It's not tag.
Tag. We'll tag Seth Rigby.
Yeah,
He's-
okay.
He's a good DIT and a good continuity guy.
Yeah.
And he's just good.
He's just great. Anyways, this is the short of it. I'm
It
telling
is.
you.
And I'm her sidekick, Michelle.
Right. And, we love talking about films. We are filmmakers. So the short of it is for filmmakers about, what does it say? Yeah, for filmmakers
you made
about
it up.
filmmakers. It's right here.
For filmmakers, by filmmakers.
By filmmakers.
Yeah.
So queer filmmakers.
Yeah, and
we should put
we have
that
an
in there.
echelon that queers are absolutely at the top of the echelon, right? That's who we prefer to interview.
Or is it by filmmakers? Sorry.
Oh, by? No,
See, I
not
was doing
by.
wordplay.
By. Yeah, I like that. By.
But I haven't been
filmmakers.
introduced yet, so I'll be quiet.
we don't have any by filmmakers that we know of. Well, I mean, we've had some they them.
You know, we used to say in
Anyways.
the 90s, bye now, gay later.
So it's apparent that on today's podcast that, let's just say there's a little bit of the table slanting a certain way. But anyways, let's just jump into it because I can't keep you. I can't.
Right.
So anyways, Ilene Fischer.
The voice from nowhere is now
Exactly.
seen.
So I'm going to do kind of an introduction. So Ilene and I kind of grew up in what we used to refer to as the plantation. We were young. We were spat on. We were slapped. We
worked in the fields.
We
sun to
worked.
sun.
We did. Sun to sun. Yeah, it was. Every once in a while, they would let us in the studio,
Wow.
and then it was like, yeah, no.
To like wash the floors or something.
Yeah, pretty much. But I have known Ilene, my gosh, over 30 years.
Wow.
She's an extraordinary
You must have
writer.
been like 5 when you met.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know you're 28. Anyways. But
Child labor laws weren't in effect yet. That's how.
it was a plantation. What can you do? But she's what I do know, and can say is that you are an incredible writer,
Thank you.
producer, director, actor. Oh, do you remember what was that comedic, that comedy show that Deborah Farrar Parkman worked on?
It was
di-
the world according to
The
us.
World According to Us.
I could not get a job on that show.
You did not?
I tried. I think I was too funny.
Was it because you were gay?
It was because you
No,
were
I think
gay.
it was because of the executive producer.
Who was not gay?
I'm whispering.
Okay, well, we don't
Was
have
it
to say
was
that.
it Tootie?
It rhymed with Tootie. The first name rhymed with Tootie. Or 2D.
I got it. I think she was afraid of her gayness.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
No, I tried. I threw myself
but
at that
I
place so many
thought
times.
you weren't on set.
No, sorry. We need to rewind and start.
Okay.
Yeah, you're.
Everybody
So-
assumed I worked on that show
Yeah.
because of who I am, and
Yeah.
yet
You
I
didn't.
never. I
You
couldn't get in.
should've.
I know. There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
That
Are you in the
should've
Are you in the
happened.
credits?
Probably. Only if I did Chiron. I don't think I did Chiron back then. So, yeah. No, I could not get in.
Well, that's unfortunate.
yeah.
So the Short of Us was kind of a.
Kind of my whole career right there.
It
I
was-
couldn't get in.
Not the Short of Us. The World According to Us was it was kind of groundbreaking when you think about it. They created a comedy show written by women, starring
Whoa,
women.
whoa, whoa! Women aren't funny.
Duh.
Duh. JK.
I don't know where to go from here. I don't know where to go from here.
I apologize. Women are hilarious.
right, so
Women are more funny than men.
Can I just say for a second? So our producer's not here, V.
Right. So we're off the handle. Like,
No.
yeah.
Yes. And
All
so
right.
we
Careening, I think it might
Yeah,
be a good
careening. Yes, we're careening.
and so we have Ollie, who is not cutting the cameras as much as
I know. I keep seeing you sneak over.
I'm
and
going
cutting.
over there
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm like cutting
yeah.
because I don't want to call you out, but damn it, Ollie, do your job.
I'm sorry.
He's so busy playing
Don't
with
pay
his
attention
camera.
to us.
Too busy laughing at the funny women.
Yes.
correct.
Going, oh my God, I didn't know women were funny. This is
right,
so-
right. Whoa, mind blown.
Head explodes.
Anyways, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
But out of all your talents, what is the one that you say like brings you joy, brings you peace? What makes you happy?
I would have to say at this point, it's writing. It used to be performing, which is still, every now and then someone will coax me back onto stage to do stand-up, which is okay. But I've really, I've written plays, I've written screenplays, I've adapted screenplays to stage plays. And that's really where the joy is for me when I'm like just in it and everybody's talking and I'm just like, just typing what they're saying and I, I'll get to a point where someone in here will deliver a line and I will actually laugh or I will get weepy. And then I will stop. I'm like, well, I don't know where to go from here. And then everyone in my head is like, neither do we. See ya. I'm like, where did you go? And then they just disappear. So I have a snack and I wait for them to come back. And usually they do as I'm falling asleep.
Oh yeah.
But that really is, I think for me, the greatest thing is writing dialogue in particular. I very much enjoy. And I find that when I get towards the end of something, I find that it's a forever process, but like when I'm getting to, okay, here's the last line, here's the last scene, that I start to slow down because I know once I've completed that first draft, it's really no longer mine.
Wow.
Because then it's like, now I got to get feedback on it. Now I got to do a staged reading. Now,
Yeah.
and one of these days, now I got to get it produced, which is a great problem to have.
Yeah.
But it's that feeling of, here they are, and people, this character, blah, 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 you need to, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, goodbye, my babies, my beautiful creations. I got to fix you now. But that being in that space of that world that's, in my head and everything, especially when stuff's really clear, it's my favorite thing. Nice. It's my favorite thing.
Wow.
And I'm moving into, I think, writing prose. Like, I'm interested in essay and memoir writing.
Oh, nice.
So that might be a new chapter.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's been an interesting life. I think someone might find it hilarious and tragic.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that you did stand-up. Why did no one tell me this?
I don't know.
Maybe it was on the sheet. It
was on the sheet.
Oh, yeah, we don't have the sheet.
No. I mean, I never look at the sheet anyway, but...
V. I did improv I ran an improv troupe in Boston in the 90s called Renegade Duck.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
And we had about a 7-year run and performed pretty regularly. And improv was so different then. And there were a handful of troops in town, and there was lots of commingling and politics and drama. But we did some really, really good work, and we went to some festivals, and we did musical improv, and we did long-form improv, and then we also, did dumb, stupid games, which are hilarious.
Yeah.
So that was really, it was a good time.
Let's do an improv right now.
Okay.
Set us up. Go ahead. Come on, we can do this.
I can't.
Yeah, you
improv.
can. We're gonna do it.
That's not something that I can do.
It's the short of it.
It's right.
Yeah.
Well, you want to play an improv game? You want to?
Sure.
Let's
do an improv.
It's
game.
funny. Someone asked me to teach an improv class, which I'm going to do at the end of October, and I haven't thought about it yet.
Nice. This is like your prep. This is my prep. Have you written a screenplay about improv in Boston in the 90s?
I have not.
Because that seems like it would be really good.
It would be good. And you're not a Bostonian.
No, I'm a child of the world. I've lived in a lot of places.
But was it Chi-Town?
Chicago originally.
Yeah.
And then Miami.
Oh, okay.
And back to Chicago.
Yeah.
Then
Miami.
Boston.
What'd you do in Miami? Were you a cop?
I was a showgirl. Yes, I was all of that. I was a cop and a showgirl.
And a showgirl in Miami.
I was an undercover showgirl. Posed as a cop.
Oh, I love that.
Oh my goodness, where are we going?
I don't know. There's no plan.
So, I've only known you kind of like in the TV world, but always appreciated just your
Smartassery over headsets.
natural talent or whatever. And we did have a good time until, y'all messed it all up. Anyways, but one of the things I always appreciated about you is that you were tough, right? But that's a good thing because we were young, because we were female, and
you aren't anymore, though.
and people didn't like to take us seriously.
No.
And my mom, who, I'm not sure where this episode lands, but she's also going to be on the podcast, or maybe you haven't seen her yet and you can go back and watch her. But she also had a really tough time as a woman. Yeah. And I wondered, does that translate in your performing and your writing and other areas of your life?
I lived in LA for a while because I wanted to be a sitcom writer.
Oh, nice.
And so, again, this is late 90s, early 2000s. And so this was network television was still a goal. Cable television was just beginning to get into scripted stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Young people.
Yeah. And nobody cared about your original content.
No.
Nobody. You had to write a spec script, which was a script for an existing TV show. And I wrote some damn fine specs.
Yeah.
I wrote Frasier.
Wow.
Not that it ever got to air.
No, I know, but that's
I
so
wrote an
cool.
episode of Frasier. I wrote an episode of Dharma and Greg.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote a King of the Hill spec.
Oh, King of the Hill.
And then I wrote a Scrubs.
Oh, yeah.
And this episode of Scrubs got me so close
Yeah.
to getting an agent and because you had to, there was a hierarchy and you had to have an agent. And as a writer, to get an agent, the agent, it's not actors, you could just look at headshots.
Yeah.
But with writers, you have to invest time. And usually the assistants read the scripts first. But to even get read by an agent takes a whole village of networking for someone to say to their agent, read this person. And then it's like, and now you're my competition.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
it's messed up.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this actually on the drive up, that one of the things I never really thought about was the misogyny, because I always took it as, oh, I'm not good enough. And then I'd watch TV.
Right. And you're like, wait, my
like,
stuff's way better than this.
My Scrubs episode.
You know where you went wrong? You should have done a spec for the Cosby Show. That's where you went wrong. You should have done that. And
it's funny because the Cosby would give my old age away. The Cosby Show was on when I was in college.
Yep.
And in one of my classes, we had to write a spec script. I wrote an episode of Kate and Allie.
Oh
yeah.
Kate and Allie.
That was because
they were lesbians.
But I wasn't out. But
Yeah.
there it was.
Yeah. Right?
So I did write a Kate and Allie. Yeah. But that was my first spec ever in the 80s. But I always took it as, oh, I'm not talented enough, I'm not good enough. And I think, without sounding like too much of a jerk, I wasn't connected enough and I wasn't male enough.
Yeah.
And there have been many times where I have thought, if I was a dude, this would be playing out. First of all, I'd still be into chicks, so.
The most important thing.
The most important thing.
Right.
I'd probably be getting it more.
Yeah.
But, sorry. What's the rating on this? But if especially doing stand-up too, I didn't do stand-up for very long because it's just gross. Queer stand-up, I did a little bit, and that was, all right, I'm gonna detour. So I keep going back in history because that's when I was young and all of this was new. And I did, when the Duck used to perform at the Chinese restaurant at Harvard Square. It's still
Hong
there.
Kong?
The Hong Kong. We used to perform there. The one night they had Alternative Lifestyles Night. That's what they called it.
Alternative lifestyle.
And I did this routine about why I was a bad lesbian. And it was because I couldn't. The setup was I couldn't drive stick. I was allergic to cats.
Ooh.
And at the time I had a really good job, and I made a lot of money. And
Yeah, no way.
Back then, you were either a social worker or a teacher, and living in with 8 women in JP with 12 cats. Right. And the funny thing, so I'm doing this routine. I think it's hilarious. And all of the gay men in the audience are slapping their knees and high-fiving each other. And all the lesbians are like,
Oh, they're mad.
they were so mad at me for being funny and laughing at who I was in this world because I didn't fall into the butch femme dichotomy. I was just kind of me.
You were just you.
Right.
And so, and I remember thinking if I was a dude, I probably wouldn't be making fun of lesbians, but
Yeah. You might have been in the
I might have
80s,
been in the
90s.
90s,
Yeah, in the
And it
90s,
would've
I
been
think
funny.
it would have been okay.
So, but yeah, it took me a while to see that I wasn't allowed to be that person. And bringing it into control rooms, I am a smartass on headsets. And now I
Yes, you are.
direct. So
Yes.
I get to be a smartass.
Yes.
I know that I make the crew angry, but I also make them laugh.
Yeah.
So, but I used to work with another Chiron operator who I love, gay dude. And he would get pissy and funny and all of these things. And I was, I could say the exact same thing as him, in the exact same tone as him.
Yeah.
And I would be in my manager's office being told that I have an attitude problem and that I'm too harsh. I'm like, we're at a sports network.
Wow.
And the lesbian is upsetting the dudes. Is that what you're saying to me?
Wow.
So, and that would have, like, yeah, you really, you got to tone it down. You're upsetting. Like, I am upsetting them. Do you know what the things that I would hear in this control room?
Yeah. Oh, I can't even imagine. Yeah.
So I a few weeks ago, was producing a show at a station, and I have to give a shout out to Janae Osterhelt, because she gave a line that I was in the control room and I thought I was in church. She says, "We water our women with sexism and then get mad when bitches bloom." And I was like,
Can we get that on T-shirts?
Yes,
right, you know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? So shout out, Janae. We're gonna poke and tag you or whatever we do.
Poke.
With that.
Stop with the
Not
poking.
Don't poke her without her permission. This
Okay,
is 2025.
we're gonna tag you on this because I'm giving you absolute permission. Giving you absolute credit on that because it just said so much.
Yeah.
And I looked around because I stood up. I literally thought I was just like hallelujah, and then people like looking at me, and you know the control room. I was the only woman in there. Right, and none of the guys got it. Like, no, they didn't.
Yeah.
They did not get it.
No.
And so, let me break it down for you. So, you know, we teach our women, we teach our young girls, I should say, and this is our generation. I'm not talking about now because I don't have any young children now. But in our generation,
think it's worse now.
we were taught to be girls. We were taught to be polite. We were taught to be gentle. And then all of a sudden, like the 80s came and Madonna like blew our freaking minds, and then we're doing the lace and with this and then with that, and then everyone's getting upset with us or upset with Madonna, but anyways, because she's like
Cone bra.
yeah,
Cone bra.
I wanted to say cone bra. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good. Cone bra.
yeah,
I like saying
and
that
so
too.
it's like we just, you know, it's just too freaking hard, and I'm tired of the fight. I don't know about you all. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it.
You know, and it was early in my career that I met your mom.
Yeah.
And, you know, she was so supportive and so like, you be you, babe.
Yeah.
And, you know, the greatest thing your mother ever said to me that I have carried with me for all of these years that I've tried to follow was a long time ago. She just goes, babe, because that's where the whole babe thing started. She called me, she goes, babe, it's babe. And she said to me, be true to your truth.
Yeah.
And that has been my philosophy for decades because of Cynthia.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, and that's, you know, it's hard to do that when
It's
you got to
so
pay
hard.
the bills and you got to,
Yeah.
That's
you got to
right.
feed the dog
That's
and you got to put gas in the car. And
Yeah.
and it gets to the point where it's like, okay, I've wandered too far from my truth and I need to come back.
Which is why we started this podcast. You know, I mean, it's we want to be able to talk about great films and great projects, but we also want to talk about the work, and sometimes just doing the work has nothing to do with the work.
Yeah.
Right. And I think it's important. Like we were laughing earlier before we started about, you know, the whole Tootie Facts of Life phenomenon, and I will play the role of Tootie if you didn't figure that
We're going to
part
fight
out.
over which one of us is Joe.
Yeah, because I want to be Joe.
But I kind of got the Natalie vibe. I admit it. I admit it. As the yid in the room, I admit it.
That's
But
true.
it's
I got the Indy
just
cone.
so it's just sometimes so hard to just want to get the work done.
Yeah.
You know, and even just filming our film Hold This, coming soon to a place near you. You know, there are a lot of males on the set, and our DP, who is identifies as they, them, you know, small in stature and everything, and, you know, big gear and just like really, really killing it. But still, it's just like, and she's just like, let me do what I have to do. Let me do this. And if you don't like it, then we'll do it another way.
It's the undercutting. I'm
it's
sorry.
the
As I cut you off, and I
undercutting.
apologize for that. But it is, are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Anyway, go on. I'm sorry
Yeah.
for
No,
No,
for
it's
undercutting you
perfect.
with that, but that was what.
Yeah.
No, and it's, I mean, even look at Fitchburg State, which we love you, Fitchburg State, but in the comm
love my
media
job.
department, and I love your job too, and I want to work there.
I could also use a job.
That's your camera.
I could also use a job.
But you know, you look at the professors there, right? And it's still very heavy white male.
Yeah. It totally, when I started there was one other woman, and she was the department chair. So it was really just me. And I can remember my first class, and there was one, maybe two females in the class. And I was just like, whoa, where are all my women? And,
Right.
and it's been like a progression every year to try to lift up those voices that are not the white men of
Right.
the room and say, okay,
Right.
other people have things to say that are important, so let's figure that out. And I think even like with Tony in the room, I saw a very different response from people of color. Because they're like, oh, wow, finally, someone who looks like me.
Yes.
Instead of all these white men.
Yes.
And they're like making things that are, like Jaden Blake,
Who's going to be in our podcast? I'm so
yeah,
excited. Yeah.
And won a big award for this film
What
he
happened?
made. And we just didn't have things like that.
Our
prior.
film producer wants to say something.
What up,
Yeah,
homie?
I just think it's kind of crazy because my entire career, I only had 2 minority professors.
Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
Only 2.
That's
And
ridiculous.
It's like
That's
and None of them was
ridiculous.
film. It was all my gen eds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
And
thinking,
yeah.
I don't think I had any black professors.
Yeah, I never did when I was an undergrad. Or even in graduate
And
school,
see, and
actually.
this is part of it, right? Because, you know, I walk into a control room and there's nothing but men there. You know, a young person walks into a classroom and they're the only one. I'm like, it's 2025. But people, I think that young people have to see people doing the work. And to your point, I think that some of these students who I'm all in contact with could see, oh, I can actually do that.
Yeah.
Because I see, yeah, I was old. Anyways, but I could see a woman of color doing it. And I'd like to think I made a little bit, we're doing a student's
yeah.
film because of
Yes.
my being in the room, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's just so important. I don't know why we're getting it, why it's still so hard.
Right. It does. It makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I will say hands down that it made a huge difference having you there.
Thank you.
Like, I feel like so many voices were lifted up that, you know, I try, but to like bring those voices forward. But, you know, I'm not, this might surprise you, but I'm not black. So.
Oh, what? Can you cut? What the heck?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm queer though. Like, that counts for something.
You know I'm black. I mean, we've had this.
Yes, we've had that conversation. Yes,
Yeah,
I know that.
You're a black Jew.
Can I say another thing
Yeah.
to Ollie, our fill-in producer? Can you put camera 3 up for a second? That's whack. What are we looking at?
I can't see it.
Yeah, it's kind of like. Anyways, I'm gonna go fix it while we're talking.
You are?
But- well, yeah. Look.
Why are you upset?
Well,
of the
because there's
camera and
like
the camera?
so much space over there.
There is some.
and-
That's dead.
yeah,
Hey, maybe
I don't
Peggy
know.
can fix it. Peggy?
No, let's do that. Yeah, so we're going to go back to us while Ollie goes and fixes the camera. So, but anyways, so I know that you're freelancing now, right? Anything special, anything you're working on? Because, and also our audience doesn't know that for our show, our film rather, hold this. Sorry, much better.
Oh, yeah, that's
great.
amazing.
Yeah, good job. 20 minutes into the interview.
Wow, you're meaner. You are more mean to Ollie than you are to V.
I know, but that's because next week, and now Peggy's walking through the shot.
Hey,
Yeah,
Peggy.
No problem.
Oh, maybe she dropped her inhaler.
Crossing.
No, that's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
okay.
If that's not there, I don't know
do.
which camera to look at. What, are you kidding me?
Okay.
Thank you, Peggy.
All right.
No, you're
Yeah,
amazing,
no,
Peggy.
all
You're
right.
amazing. Thank
Okay.
you, Peggy.
I just want to say that it's
Yeah.
nice to not have to worry about the camera thoughts or how to cut them.
Anyways,
So true.
what is your life now? And I was telling our audience that Eileen so graciously came on board to help our filmmaker Sada Evans, or Sada Shakur as she is being identified on the film, with her script.
Yeah.
And I mean, we felt the script, and then all of a sudden it came alive, and we were like, yes.
Yeah.
And that was because of you. So I just want to publicly thank you for that. And yeah, you need to be in a classroom. You need to be doing more than
You should
that.
be, because you're not the kind of person, because a lot of people teach, they think they're teaching, but they're really just telling. Like, I'm going to change this. I'm going to.
Yeah.
But what I saw is the director, like, owning her script and figuring out, like, she
It was
took.
really sad I couldn't be. I really wanted to see her
Yeah.
in charge.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I just want to say to that, it was hard to not be like, I'm just going to rewrite this.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
You know, but I think in reading her script, you know, I kept talking about I think it was Michelangelo who's like, I'm just going to set the sculpture free from the marble.
Yes.
I could see what was, as you guys saw when you decided to produce this, I could see what was there. And like, you just got to clean up your language and get more direct, and it's all there. And, you know, there were certainly like, I made suggestions, but they were also like, as example, you know, rather than I'm going to, you know, instead of having all of this text, like, think about the words you're using, and using active voice is the big thing.
Active
For all
voice,
of you screenwriters out there.
Yes.
Active voice, starting to, beginning to,
Right.
Tonya sits down.
Yeah.
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 Actually,
Tony sits.
all writers in general, passive voice is bad.
Yep.
Always use active voice.
Bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, and I'm not trying to, because it was there, and it was wonderful to see how invested she was in her own script. Because sometimes, and I'm guilty of this, it's like someone starts telling you, wanting to help you make your script better, but it's still like, oh my God, I suck. Why did I even do this? This is a terrible script. Yeah. They know so much more than me. I'm never going to succeed. And this is my own brain.
Yeah.
You know, instead of like, oh wow, that, you know, and I think part of that's youth. Like, I know I still need to learn, but she engaged with it. She didn't space out. She didn't get defensive.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard to hear, no matter how eager you are.
Yeah.
Because you want, you know, you have a good idea. You think it's good.
Yeah.
You want to put it out there. And it was really wonderful to have her, to engage with her. And I think, given just the world we live in and how people's times, that even teacher, you know, her professors and stuff didn't have 2 hours to hang out with her one morning on a Zoom and go page by page.
Yeah.
You know, and I did, because I need a job. So, but it was, you know, and I think that's really the key, is to actually engage.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know, because I really cared about Miles, and I wanted Miles' journey to be clear, and I wanted to do what I could to help her get Miles clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did.
And I hope that he was in performance.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Gio's great.
Gio was great.
Yeah, he's a good actor, I think. Yeah. But it was evident in reading it, because I've read scripts where students get help, and it's like, it's not their voice anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Right. And that's so important, because to your point, and I'm going through the same thing with my advisor in grad school. I had to, you know, submit some stuff, and instead of saying, I don't like that, I don't like this, it was more like, you know, it was asking questions for me to ask myself to think about what I wanted to do.
Right.
Right. And so I'm writing Do You Remember Me Now as a feature. And, you know, her first question was, how important is it that this stay 100% true to your story? Yeah. And I didn't think about that.
Yep.
I was so busy about getting all the details, my childhood, my this, my that. And then I realized, wait, I can do whatever I want to do. And I remember calling Rochelle, and I was just like, I can't wait till you get over here. This is what we're going to do. And we're going to put on a hat. She's going to be a vigilante, and she's going to shoot up a whole, like, it was just like everything. I could do whatever I want. And that was so freeing.
Yes.
It was so freeing. And it wasn't her saying, I don't like this, or change that, or I don't think that's going to work. It was being able to ask the question that allowed the writer to then go back and give that writer the freedom
Right.
to be able to create.
Right.
And that's such a powerful thing
Right.
for writers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
was fun.
That was great.
Yeah.
So we forgot about Tootie, but anyways,
Tootie.
like what is it that you're working
Never forget
on?
about two.
Yeah. I
we-
mean,
we-
she's
She's all of us.
yeah.
On her
in my
roller
head.
skates.
Yeah.
Free in my head.
For real. Like I almost
With all the fan fiction that
Yeah.
you've been writing.
Shh, no one knows about that.
But like what are you hoping to do now? Like what are you working on now? What are you hoping to do now?
So I have a screenplay.
Yay!
I have a couple things. I wrote a spoof of a Lifetime Christmas or a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
thank you.
I'm working with a producer in New York, and we're just trying to find some seed money,
Yeah.
so we can hire a casting director.
Yeah.
Because we have famous people in mind and just the thing with Christmas movies is they're cheap to make and they usually turn a profit. And they're fun. No one's going to win any Oscars,
Right.
but everyone will have a good time.
Right.
Yes.
And they sell internationally and they have long shelf life. And so that's been going on for a while because this is a very long process, as you know. I got like some quarterfinalists and some contests. That's a whole other thing we should do a podcast about is contests and how we feel about them.
Oh, wow.
'Cause
Give a tease. What do you think about that?
I think they're a scam.
So do I. Students will come to me and say, "Oh, there's this writing competition. Should I?" And it's like, "What? Do you get anything, or
And
is
there's-
it just?"
And there's some, it's a whole big conversation because even the Nickel Fellowship has been sold now. Like it's
Oh,
not. I mean,
no.
it's not quite.
Really?
Yeah, I forgot because everything combined, all of the, I can't even think of it because I haven't done like Scriptapalooza and
Yeah.
Final Draft and all of them have sort of conglomerated.
Oh.
And now you have these sites like Coverfly.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I was on the red list on Coverfly. Wow.
Yeah.
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 So I'm trying to get this movie made.
Cool.
I have a stage play that I would love to get workshopped, which is actually less funny. It takes kind of a dark turn in the second act, but it starts as a farce and it ends kind of dark. And that takes place during the America's Bicentennial
Oh man,
1976.
I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. So those are probably, and I'm embarking on a writing project with, I'm starting this class, and I don't really know where that's going to go, if that's going to be memoir, if that's going to be essays, because my problem is discipline. Is sitting down and really turning off all the distractions and getting it done. Because the part of me that has worked in studio television, has worked in improv, is the process between thinking of it and performing in it is very
It's
short.
immediate.
Yeah.
It's immediate. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the idea of like sitting down and honing and honing and honing is,
Yeah.
like once they leave the head, like,
Yeah.
and so it's a weird process for me at this stage in my life.
Yeah.
And directing live news is stressful.
Yeah.
It's very stressful.
I imagine it is. You can't really, fuck up like I do all the time, right? That would be bad.
Yeah.
Only on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Right.
Well, I think that the conversation about these awards are important, and I think that is a conversation that we should have. But I also, I want to. I think it's important that people feel good about recognition because I think that is a positive space with people. But to be cautious of what it is you're being and how you're being recognized, I think is very, is very important.
Well, and how much
so-
money they're asking for.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if there's these exorbitant fees,
Yeah.
like why?
$499.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like no, I'm not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the
I'm going to burn all my writing awards after we're done with this.
No.
No, just all of them.
well, you know,
No,
and
they
it's the
suck.
same thing with everybody has a film festival now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cost for entering those isn't cheap either.
No, it's not.
And what do you really get from it?
Right.
You know, and to say that there are some contests that are absolutely worthwhile.
Yep.
I mean, I got a friend. They have a great pilot, TV pilot, that I've met them. I met these dudes in 2012. And they still have this pilot, and they have won so many awards at so many small.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's great.
Yeah. But nobody
But
picks it
nobody's
up.
making a TV show.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you know, so is that an end unto itself? And maybe it is.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
FYI, if you use Film Freeway, look for film festivals that are Oscar or BAFTA qualifying. That's what you want, period. But they're expensive. Yes, they're expensive.
And for screenwriting competitions, really look at the prizes. But the thing is, the odds are against you.
Yeah.
And this is
Here, we're going to pause for hair.
pause for hair. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. This is timed backwards.
Hold for there.
The costs of attending festivals, traveling, accommodations, and if you
Being annoyed.
are not an extrovert and a schmoozer,
Not either of those
We're,
things.
we're working on that.
and you know what? This is going to surprise you. I am not.
It doesn't surprise me.
I-
I'm not either.
If I'm in a room with y'all, you know, I mean, we grew up together. But like go to a panel,
Yeah.
you know, and watch a panel and then like try to work the room.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a class.
You should.
I'm gonna teach you all how to work a room.
I can't do it.
And it's so then you've like paid all this money to get to this festival,
Yeah.
and and I'm not judging anybody here. You know, it's just the reality is like you have to work the room.
You do.
You can't. We can't do this in a vacuum, and that's the hardest part, especially on the writing side when you're like,
Yeah.
I just want to be in my pajamas, like
Right.
jamming to the concert in my head right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And getting that funding, getting to that's a whole other skill set. And if you're making this huge investment, and if you don't place, because if you place, at least someone's going to pay attention to you. You know, my writing partner, I have a writing partner in New York, and we wrote an awesome TV pilot called Kitty Stardust in the Corner Store. And it was about a retired stripper who comes back to her Puritan New England home to take over her parents' storefront.
Look, Peggy's laughing. Peggy's laughing.
It's-
This is a good one.
It's hilarious.
It's golden.
It's so good. It's so good. And we got. And can I plug?
Can I live in your head?
Yeah, for
just for
real.
like a week. I just want to live in there. I just want to vacation there for like a week.
Here's what you hear. What can we eat now? What can we eat now? I have chips. Do I want chips or do I want Doritos? Maybe some flaming hot Cheetos. Maybe I can put them all in a bowl with some ice cream. That's what you'll hear. If I can plug, I will plug one, and feel free to cut it out.
No, plug as much as you want.
The Cinestory organization is based in California, and it is not cheap. But if you have to place as a semi-finalist or above, and they break it down comedy drama. I think they do sci-fi now, so that if you place, they hold a workshop every year, and they do it for film and they do it for TV, and they have all these amazing mentors who come. And you know, we did get a meeting out of it. The meeting didn't go anywhere, but we had, you know,
That's cool.
I've still, you know, made some contacts that are lovely humans, and met some creative equals who, you know, just are writing really cool stuff, and like being able to exchange stuff with them and see what they're up to is really cool. It's one of the few worthwhile, I think, you know, because it's not a film festival, it's about the writers.
Yeah.
And so it's just, you know, and they have a very discerning group of people who read. And stuff goes through, you know, multiple reads before it gets and advances. And the workshop, you know, retreat it's a couple of days in Idlewild, California. And
Oh, nice.
it's a blast.
Yeah.
It's like you get to do pitch sessions. We got to work like in a comedy room, like
Nice.
because they had people who were showrunners.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're going to do an episode of Friends.
Yeah.
You know, like I hate Friends, but okay, you know. And I remember one person saying, you know, if you pitch a joke and I don't write it down, and you pitch it again and I don't write it down, I'm not taking your joke. Like, stop saying it and move on.
Yeah.
But like, it was so cool to experience that, and you know, that did not take off. But if anybody would like to make my sitcom, very, very reasonably done, and can be shot right here in New England.
Ooh, wow. Even better.
It's a great little. We have a Bible. We did everything.
Wow.
I mean, we went whole hog on it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a rotten business.
It is. It's really hard. I'm always
really
like, why you
hard.
want to do this? It's terrible.
It's like being an astronaut. I mean, how many people actually get to go to the moon?
Right.
Right.
Besides the couple who should stay there, but but you know what I mean? It's like, even if you get to NASA, are you going to get to the, like, I want to go to the moon. That's the thing I want to do.
Yeah.
How many people have been to the moon? Not that many.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until we colonize. But but seriously, like that's how it feels sometimes in this industry, and it's hard, and it doesn't matter how talented you are sometimes, and that's the hardest lesson, I think.
Well, on that sunshine note, we are
we out of time?
Can't we be more positive?
Yeah,
Can't
we end something
can we just
positive?
like Tootie? You take the good, you take the bad.
take
something,
it
something.
all, and there you have the
Girls,
facts of life.
It's my Charlotte Ray imitation for you.
Eileen, thank you.
Really, we're going to end on that sad note.
We are.
We got no.
Yeah,
No.
no, that's. I think it's
Give me
real.
something else.
No,
No, I
yeah,
get that.
no.
Give me some
No,
love.
I refuse to end.
Me too. I'm going to keep on talking. You wanted to
We're
live in
gonna
here?
keep on
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome to my world. Yeah, but you have fun, right?
Yeah.
You seem like you have fun.
Here's the thing. I haven't stopped.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and it's because the voices need to be heard.
Yeah.
And whether I do it myself or, you know, they live in my head.
Yeah.
But they're there and they want to come out, and I have no choice
You're gonna-
but to
yeah.
set them free.
Yeah. And that's an awesome thing.
Yeah.
And
And it takes dedication, and it takes luck, and it takes
yeah. I mean, I think every
Souls.
other country supports
The arts,
artists, whereas we live in a country that
Does not.
hates artists.
And-
Yeah.
That's a much better note.
So much better, right?
Fascism.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the rise
just
of
for-
fascism.
Not just for breakfast anymore.
Do something quick, folks.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! And now I'm depressed.
No, don't be depressed.
No. No, because you know what? At the end of the day, for me, writing is like breathing.
Right.
And
Right.
if I continue to write, I know I'm continuing to breathe. That means I'm continuing to create, which means I'm continuing to sit with amazing people like you all and just do what I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I warned you my comedy turns dark.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Is that racist to call comedy dark?
Oh, man.
We're back to Tootie. I'm sorry.
It all comes back to
It does all come back to Tootie because I feel like they didn't treat her right.
They didn't.
Well, they
Yeah.
did. It was a 1980s sitcom. You want to talk about
know.
good times? You thought that was good?
No, I didn't. I'm very bothered by what they did to Tootie. I'm like that.
You should be more upset with Friends, who never had a black character.
Oh my God, there
right?
are no black people in the world of Friends.
Especially
They
in
don't
New-
exist.
Especially in New York
I know,
City.
right?
Especially in New York.
Well,
Yes.
it was just like Girls. Like, did you ever watch Girls?
No.
Oh my God!
Ugh.
Like not a single like. And then she responds to the criticism by having a black boyfriend and then making a completely inappropriate statement to him. And anyway, no one watched Girls, so.
As a kid, when Good Times was on, the thing I could not understand was Florida Evans was Maude Finley's housekeeper
Yes.
in
New York.
Tuckahoe, New York.
Yeah.
Wow, how do you freaking remember that?
Because I love TV. I love TV. So Westchester County,
Yep.
why did she move
To
to
Chicago.
the projects in
Chicago. Yeah.
I was kind of like, even as a kid,
How did
like,
she get there?
why would she?
How could she
move from
afford to move? How could she afford the plane ticket?
But why would
Wait,
she
maybe
go?
that's where she was from.
But
Let's
it's
analyze this a little bit.
It never made sense to my little 10-year-old brain why
Right.
someone had a job in the suburbs that really wasn't that hard.
Right.
You know, working for a crazy white lady.
Yeah.
Apparently Maude Finley was based on Norman Lear's ex-wife. So I've heard that somewhere.
I've heard that as
Interesting.
well. Yeah. yeah.
Interesting.
But why would she go from the suburbs, because I just assumed she also lived there, which was probably my mistake, to the projects? It just didn't, because I was a child, I didn't understand
Yeah.
it was about the character. But anyway, the logic to that never, it made sense when the Jeffersons left Queens and they moved on up to the east side.
Yeah, because they were moving on
Moving
up
on up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
to the east side.
To a deluxe apartment.
Yeah.
In
In
the
the
sky.
sky.
Ha
So true.
And that's
the
the
greatest
short of it.
the greatest theme song of all time.
Indeed.
Without a doubt. Short, like Sherman.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Oh my god.
You got to come back. 'Cause
Okay.
we've got so many more shticks to do.
Yeah, we
like
do.
we really haven't explored Tootie enough. Still, I'm still going to go back to Tootie.
This is going to be the longest podcast ever.
It is. I'm sorry. I have a lot of
Facts about two.
facts about
podcast.
Tootie. Yeah. Wait, is
I
Tootie
was
still
upset
around?
because
Yes.
of course.
Okay, I
She's
didn't
got
know.
a new sitcom on Netflix.
Kim Fields she has not stopped working. She was
Never
Oh,
behind
that's
the
right.
scenes.
She was
a
on
producer.
Single Living, right, or something like
Single.
Living Single. There we go.
She was like an executive producer at Nickelodeon for
Yeah.
a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, go
she has
girl.
not stopped
Okay, nice, Tootie.
Yeah.
I love that.
Tootie's made it.
Tootie made it.
Tootie is. I can't
makes me
speak
happy.
for the rest of them, but,
whatever.
Tootie
She's
definitely
kind of
made
the only
it.
one who stayed in the business, I think.
I think so.
Joe did a couple of really bad movies, yeah. And
Where is
Blair
Joe?
Came a little.
Yeah.
Where is Joe?
I don't know.
Is Joe dead? Can we Google that? Google if Joe
Nancy
from
McKeon.
Nancy McKean. Yeah. Oh, and she had a brother too.
I
Who
was
was
just-
like
I
a
was just
teen
kidding.
heart. Yeah.
sit down.
He was the son on Alice.
Yes, that's right.
Tommy.
Yeah,
I
Tommy.
told you.
You know TV.
I know that era very,
yeah,
very well.
yeah.
It was.
Wow.
I'm Gen X. That was my babysitter.
Yeah. No, me
That's
too.
true.
And
Brady
yeah.
Bunch after school, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Another one without any black people.
Oh no. You don't remember. There was a couple that adopted 2 children, and one of the children was black and one was white.
On the Brady Bunch?
No. Yes.
On the Brady Bunch?
Hold up, people. Let me break this down for you.
Okay.
Here's what happened. So they're really excited they adopted these kids, and then the kids overhear them talking, and they're talking about how they're worried about how people might treat the black boy, and they only overhear the part that makes it sound like they're saying they don't want to have a black child, and so the boys run away to the Brady Bunch's backyard.
And they shoot the black one.
Nope. That's
Stand your ground, Mike Brady.
Mike Brady shows up with a shot.
If I can't be gay, you can't be black. I'm sorry, Robert Reed. I'm so sorry.
The short of it is brought to you by the Den Beauty Lounge. Visit thedenbeautylounge.glossgenius.com for more information and book your appointment today.